Hey guys, this is Arun,
And this is Abby.
and welcome back to a brand new episode of Fill Your Pockets. Today's episode will be August the 18th. Before we start today's podcast, let's do a quick recap of yesterday's plays. So yesterday's plays, Tuesday, August the 17th, we had on our Instagram page, we posted three plays. The first play was a parlay bet. It was a two-team parlay, Toronto Blue Jays and the Cincinnati Reds. The Blue Jays lost to the shitty Nationals.
Oh yeah,
Happens. It's baseball. It's sports. These guys are professionals, and they ended up losing to the Nationals. It's okay. The second leg of our parlay, we took the red hot Cincinnati Reds. Obviously, they did not win. The Chicago Cubs won that game 2-1. We did not hit our parlay from yesterday. Our straight bets, we had two of them yesterday. We had the Phillies money line. They ended up losing to the Diamondbacks 2-3. And the one play that did hit yesterday, that was the Giants money line. They beat the New York Mets 3-2. So for yesterday, we went 1-2 with our two plays, with our three plays from yesterday. For the season, we are 18-13, I believe. So still above 500, still doing pretty well. Before we hop into today's episode, Abhishek is gonna quickly go over these these plays from yesterday and give his thoughts.
that was a great recap by Arun. Parlay. Listen, the Jays, man, that was pathetic. It's pathetic. The pitching was pathetic. Their rookie, he didn't have it. The Nationals, they did make a little bit of a comeback. It was 6-8 at one point, but regardless, that was awful pitching. The Blue Jays, they just didn't have it. They lost. Simple as that. You take it for what it's worth and you let it go. Reds and Cubs. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna. I wasn't that bad. I didn't feel that bad about that game because the pitching matchup was the main thing you look at is the pitching. It's very hard to predict who's gonna perform well as a hitter. But pitching wise, both teams pitched phenomenal 2-1 game. Both starters are amazing. Hendricks. If the Chicago Cubs were gonna win a fucking game, it was gonna be yesterday, and they won a game. They won that game by they 2-1. They scored those two runs. They were blessed enough to score those two runs, and the Reds, they had a lot of opportunities, a lot with guys on base. They just couldn't capitalize, and they lost. Fortunately for them, the Padres lost again, so they didn't lose any ground. They're still right there for the playoffs. So the parlay didn't hit. No problems there. We went to the Phillies in Arizona. Once again, I didn't feel as bad about this. The value was too good for it to pass up. The Phillies minus 120 was too much value. The pitching was not the reason why they lost. It was 2-3 game, as everyone mentioned. Gibson, he gave up 3 runs in 7 innings, if I'm not mistaken, or 6 innings. So he did a decent job, but they just couldn't score. They couldn't score. Arizona, give them credit. They've won 4 out of 5 games. Listen, like Arun mentioned, professionals, they still suck in my opinion. They still suck. Their record shows that they suck, but they're gonna win some games, and they were able to capitalize. Minus 120. It wasn't a heavy price, so it's not like we lost anything crazy on that game. And then we were fortunate enough to win the Giants Mets game because the best team in baseball keeps winning, and the team that just keeps sinking keeps sinking. And 2-3, the Mets try to make it a game. They scored 2 runs in the eighth inning. Logan Webb, man, I'm gonna keep preaching him until people understand how good this man has been. I don't give a shit about his past. I don't give a shit about what he was before he was injured or last year or whatever. Right now, he is one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball. Give him his due. All I see is teams, people on websites or on different platforms, picking against the Giants when he pitches. Well, guess what? You keep losing, and I'll gladly keep taking him because he's been dominant. He's pitched into the eighth inning, finally gave up 2 runs, and then they said, okay, let's change it up now. But regardless, he was phenomenal. The Giants scored just enough, 3 runs, nothing crazy, but I'll give the Mets credit. Stroman, he was phenomenal, 114 pitches, 7 innings. He gave up those 3 runs, but he gave them a chance. He gave the Mets a chance. The Mets just can't score, and it's pretty sad, especially with the talent they have. They should be playing much better than they are, but it is what it is. And that's how we get to today. 1-2, 18-13, still well over 50%. And our goal is to never lose back-to-back. We really haven't so far, and we hope to continue that streak.